Hello there. The last 2 years I've been working very hard with the many eyes, and I've started to make very big changes inside. Changing the many eyes, resolving them, releasing them, and using them as a counterpoint to entering the I am makes huge differences to how you experience reality. It also heals disease, because a lot of disease, if not all, is caused by unconscious energy that we experience as the many eyes. I have studied several ways to release these characters. There are some Tibetan methods. I liked one called feeding your demons very much, but there are others. Gurdjieff's ways are more Christian. His ways are quite simple: separation, observation, restriction. He notices them and withdraws from them and turns that energy back towards the I am. Another way to look at that is it's a version of the Christian mortification of the flesh. In other words, you use the body, you almost cannibalize the body, or the subconscious human part of you. You almost cannibalize it. You work against it. If you remember the diagram that Gurdjieff has with a plus and minus, and that you always have to work against something. If you can change some of the many eyes, it makes a massive difference. It makes a massive difference to how you experience reality, because a great loosening happens and you have much more space. And if you're wise, you invest that space with even more work, and then more, and it accelerates. Today I was walking in some gardens on a day out, and I was in the body of the I am, which is like a second body. In meetings in Paris, one of the students talks to Gurdjieff about it and says that he can feel it above his head or behind his head. And Gurdjieff confirms that this is the beginning of being. For me, it is solid. It is like a kind of an envelope that shimmers around the physical body, and I can enter the identity of that body. That body has identity, and that identity is me. It's the I am. It's a higher version of me. And from that body, I can have a look at the physical body, which is also me, but in a lower way. The higher body of I am, it's very distinctive in that there is a very faint sound, which is caused by the intelligence of the vibration of that body, because the higher body is a higher kind of intelligence that lives in the higher world, and it is intelligent. You have to be intelligent to recognize the higher world. It's not for everybody. So I was in this higher body, which it's quite strange because although it's there, I don't always assess it. I'm not always inspecting it, but today I was walking around and really resting within it and trying to experience what it was really about. I assume that Gurdjieff's work with energies that kind of work is only for people who are able to enter the body of I am. Because if you can't, I don't know what the point of it is. And I assume he means that in certain circumstances, the physical body will collect more energies that are then fed into the I am. And I can see that that should be possible. And then you use the physical body as an instrument to collect energies. That should be pretty straightforward to do if it works like that. Although, according to my own teacher, who was not a fourth way teacher, but an incredible man, more important even than the amount of energies that you have, it is that you actually enter the body and that you make a home there. But once you enter the higher body, the question is what to do with the human being, meaning the physical body. As my teacher said once, why is it that we continue to wake up on earth? Because the higher body doesn't live on earth. But why do we keep on waking up on earth? It is because the physical body continues to remember it as his home. The physical body, which has ancient roots in the earth plane, remembers earth as its home, and that's why it wakes up here. It remembers, and it is remembered through all the countless connections it has. Its emotions, feelings and thoughts that all are connected to this place. And if you want to leave this place, then you're going to have to undo all those connections. You'll have to immolate them one by one. Although Gurdjieff provides certain tools for them, there are other tools, especially the ones from Taoism, that I think are very powerful in this. And presumably, once you have immolated enough of those connections so that there's very little tethering you to the earth anymore, then you no longer wake up here. And then you've won. You've won. You've won in a world where few people win. I was, on the way back, I was walking through Lidl supermarket. I just had a sense of the people around me. Families and couples walking up and down the aisles with their groceries. Which of these people is awake? Aren't they all in that hypnotic state that Gurdjieff was talking about when he said, everything just happens like rain falls. Like these people are not in control of themselves. They are like rain falls. They are not aware of what's going on because their activity is a manifestation of an external force, of a kind of collective organic force. And they have not woken up. They have not woken up to take ownership of their individuality. They have not. And so they carry on drifting down the aisles. They choose something on the right, something on the left. They speak, they laugh, they live, they die. It's not them. These people do not attempt to own themselves. They don't really understand what that would mean. I learnt many things with my teacher, and I learnt them over thousands of hours of meditation guidance with his voice in my ear, again and again and again and again, and following his subtle guidance again and again. I followed him. I did what he told me to do, and I followed him into a hidden valley. I followed him again and again and again. What the fourth way is about and what religion is about evolving, meaning becoming something unknown to you. And how can you become something unknown? With difficulty, with great difficulty. Because it is unknown. It is not another thought, idea, character, country. It's of a different ilk to what you have been. You will not remain the same. You will not remain the same person, and you will not remain a person. At least not as you know it. As I was walking around today in these gardens that I visited, there were a lot of unusual trees and plants, and I was very strongly affected by them. By the colours, by the smells, by the shapes, by the message that these organisms was emanating. Great sensitivity. Gurdjieff was able to speak telepathically to Ouspensky. It seemed to go through the emotional center.